So this is the Murli of the 10th of April 1984. And the title of the Murli is The Basis of Brahmin Life is God's Love. The basis of Brahmin life is God's love. Today, Bap Dada is looking at his loving, cooperative, and easy yogi souls. So let's see ourselves as his loving, cooperative, and easy yogi souls. Sahayogi to Sahaj Yogi. Cooperative is Sahayogi. So when we help Papa in his task, we automatically become easy yogis. All of you are yogi souls. It would be said that this is a gathering of yogis. All of you sitting here are yogi souls, that is, souls who are loved by God. Those who are loved by God are loved by the world. See, everybody wants to be loved, right? So rather than us running after worldly love, instead of running after all of those things, if we run after God's love, then automatically we'll be loved by everyone on this planet. See, I'll repeat the sentence. Those who are loved by God are loved by the world. Do all of you constantly have the spiritual intoxication, spiritual pride, and spiritual self respect? Do you have the spiritual intoxication, spiritual pride, and spiritual self respect that you are loved by the Supreme Soul, that you are those who are loved by God and who also become loved by the world? So we need to have that nasha, that is spiritual intoxication, that ruhab, spiritual pride, and self respect, that we are loved by God Himself. And because we are loved by God Himself, we are also loved by the world. They just want a glimpse or drishti of a second or even half a second. This is what the devotees thirst for, and they consider it to be a great thing. However, you have become worthy of God's love. Then we don't have to beg God for His love. We don't have to go around seeking for God's love. God's love is here for us to enjoy all the time. You are loved by God. This is such great fortune. What does each soul nowadays want from childhood till death? Even a child who doesn't understand anything wants love in his life. They want money later, but they first want love. If they don't have love, they experience their life to be a life of hopelessness, a life without sweetness. However, all of you souls have received God's love. You are loved by God. You see, so even when we come to the center, we get love from Baba's children, Baba's instruments. But what love is that? It is God's love. That's why it feels so good. Because human love can never be so selfless. There will always be something in return that human beings will want. But why do we feel good when we come here? It's because the ones who are giving that love are also experiencing God's love, and they are therefore transmitting that love. Thus, it feels very good. It's there's selflessness in it. If there is love, there is the world, there is life. प्यार है तो जहां है, and फिर जीवन भी है. So where there's love, there is world, there's the world, there is life. If there is no love, there is no life, there's no world. When you receive love, you receive the world. Do you experience this love to be your elevated fortune? The world is thirsty for this. They are thirsty for one drop of it, that is God's love. And you children have received God's love as your property. That is, you have right to it. You are being sustained with this love from God. That is, you are moving forward in Brahmin life. Do you experience this? Do you remain merged in the ocean of love? Or do you just listen to it or know about it? That is, do you just stand on the shore and think about it and continue to observe it? Many of us don't know how to swim, especially not in the ocean. Maybe in a swimming pool, we can swim a little bit. So if we go to the ocean, let's say we go to the beach, we're just going to stand at the shore, not going to the ocean. But these Americans, they know how to swim very well. They go in. His brother Golo was saying that he likes to do deep sea diving even. He was, I don't know, there was a term that he was saying. He asked me, do you know what is that? I said, no. In that, I don't think they don't even take oxygen or anything. And they just dive in and they go as far as, I don't know, uh, 30, 40 meters inside and they come out. So you see, they are able to enjoy that. And they say the joy of being inside the ocean is just through the roof. It's totally different. For us, we don't even know it. Have you ever experienced going inside the ocean? No? Similarly, people in the world, they have not gone into Baba's love. Baba is the ocean of love. To dive into Baba's love is a totally different experience, which only we have experienced, and so we know how it is. Other people are still standing on the shore. That is, do you just stand on the shore and think about it and continue to observe it? Simply to hear or know about it means to stand on the shore, to accept and to merge into it. To accept and to merge into it means to become merged in the ocean of love. If after being loved by God, you don't experience being merged in the ocean, being absorbed in the ocean, then you are not those who attain something after belonging to God, but those who remain thirsty. So Baba is saying, what's the point? You have attained God, but then why are we not attaining His love? God is right here. But if we don't attain His love, if we don't experience His love, if we don't dive deep into the ocean of love, then we'll remain thirsty, just like those people in the world. Remaining thirsty even after coming close. What would you say to that? Yeah, if someone goes all the way to, let's say, one of these beach towns and doesn't even dip his or her toes into the water, like you came all the way and you didn't even touch the water. So, remaining thirsty even after coming close, what would you say to that? Just think about who it is who has made you belong to Him. By whom are you loved? By whom are you being sustained? So, what will happen? Because of being constantly merged in love, you cannot be influenced by any problems or any type of upheaval. You see, Baba's love is extremely healing. There was someone who was sharing. There is Kanishta keeps listening on YouTube. There are, in Godlywood Studio in Madhuban, there are these new interviews. There's one sister from Malaysia or somewhere who is doing these interviews of many senior BKs. And there was this one person who was sharing that when she was in one of these South Asian countries like Indonesia, Malaysia, somewhere, and when a big tsunami came, so there was one person who was actually in the ocean doing the deep diving. So that person was sharing that that person could feel that something's wrong. but everything was totally calm inside the ocean. And then when that person came out, she or he saw that extreme devastation. So deep inside the ocean, it was totally calm, totally peaceful. Everything was happening on the surface. So you see, going deep actually becomes our protection. So if we are able to merge in Baba's love, go deep into the ocean, we'll be protected from all problems and upheavals. You will experience yourself to be constant destroyers of obstacles, embodiments of solutions, destroyers of obstacles, embodiments of solutions to all problems, and conquerors of Maya. When obstacles come, we get stuck. So rather than getting stuck, we need to learn how to destroy them. And we need to also learn how to create solutions. You see, problems will be there, but instead of becoming problem oriented, we have to become solution oriented. And so when we are merged in Baba's love, then we will become destroyers of obstacles, embodiments of solutions, and conquerors of Maya. Some of you children say that you are unable to remember the deep things of knowledge. However, remember the one thing, that you are loved by God and that you have a right to God's love. With this one awareness, you will become constantly powerful. This is easy, is it not? If you forget even this, then you become trapped in a maze. Just this one thing will make you have a right to all attainments. What is that one thing? That we have a right to God's love. Therefore, always remember and experience being loved by God. And then what is the next thing after being loved by God? When we are loved by God, what happens next? But we'll also be loved by everyone. Do you understand? This is easy, is it not? Acha, you have now heard a lot. Now adopt all of it. To adopt is to become equal. To adopt is to become equal. Do you understand? And now the salutations. To all the children who are worthy of God's love. Sometimes we feel that we are not worthy of God's love. There is this lack of self respect, self esteem. We feel guilty about all the things we have done and maybe at this time continuing to do. So that unworthiness or the lack of worthiness is what sometimes comes in our way in experiencing God's love. So that's why Baba is reminding us, you are worthy of God's. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, Puja Ben is saying that if we were not worthy of God's love, then He wouldn't have chosen us. He has chosen us, proves that we are worthy of His love. To all the elevated souls who are merged in love. So let's merge ourselves in Baba's love. To all the children who have a right to the sustenance of love. वो प्यार की पालना. To the elevated souls who have spiritual pride and who stay in spiritual intoxication. There were three things, you remember? Spiritual intoxication, spiritual pride, and spiritual self respect. Bap Dada's love remembrance, and namaste. So we spiritual children say namaste to the spiritual father. So all of you are easy yogis, are you not? The remembrance of all relationships makes you an easy yogi. When you have a relationship, everything is easy. See, if you have multiple uncles and aunts and all of these relationships that we have in the world, then if you need something, then you have to go to different people. If you have made Baba as everything, all relationships are with one Baba, then you don't have to wander here and there. You don't have to stumble here and there. You don't have to struggle. Just go to one Baba and you'll get all that you want. Baba becomes that one stop shop. When you have a relationship, everything is easy. The awareness of being an easy yogi soul easily ends all problems, because to be an easy yogi means constantly to experience the Father's company. To be an easy yogi means constantly to experience the Father's company. When you have the company of the Father, the Almighty authority, when you have all the powers with you, problems are changed into a form of solutions. So, see, when you have the company of the Father, the Almighty authority, when you have all the powers with you, your problems change into solutions. Whenever there is a problem, leave it to the Father and leave the problem alone. Don't try to fix it. That's what Baba is saying. With your right to such a relationship, problems end. What can I do? How do I fix this? Yeah, we get agitated. No, the Father knows about the problem. In fact, what I'm realizing more and more is that we don't even have to go to Baba to share that problem with him. Baba, this is the problem that is coming to me. He knows the problem. So all we have to do is to merge in Baba's love, and the solutions will automatically flow into us. Many times we actually waste that time. Instead of allowing Baba's energy to flow into us, and along with that, all the solutions to come to us, we start talking to Baba, complaining about that problem. Baba, this problem has come, that problem has come. Baba, I do so much, and yet these problems come to me. So Baba many times says, why are you even talking all these things? Just be merged in my love, and I'll take care of whatever else is needed to be taken care of. With your right to such a relationship, problems end. What can I do? This Murli almost feels like we can write down every sentence. Yeah, you all feel like writing like this? Huh? No, the Father knows about the problem. I am detached and loved by God. So, detached from what? Detached from God? No. I'm detached and loved by God. What does that mean? Get detached from the problem and loved by God. Then all the burdens belong to the Father. Then all the burdens belong to the Father. And you become what happens when someone else takes away all our burdens? Then we become light. When there is the slightest thought of them, you become, instead of light, what will we become? Heavy. And the things also become heavy. So we become heavy, things become heavy. Therefore, think, I am light and I am detached. I am light and I am detached. And then everything will also be, if I'm light, then everything else will also be light. This is the method. You will attain success with this method. Even when past karmic accounts are not settled, you will not experience them to be a burden. Point to be noted, brothers and sisters. Even when past karmic accounts are being settled, you will not experience them to be a burden. If you observe everything as a detached observer, you can write this sentence too. If you observe everything as a detached observer, it is as though the past is ending and you're seeing everything as a detached observer with the power of the present. That is, we don't get stuck in the past. The past doesn't pull our intellects. We're able to stay in the present moment. You are accumulating and also settling. You are accumulating and also settling. See, while there is settlement happening, there's accumulation happening as well. If we are light, if we are merged in Baba's love, with the power of accumulation, you have no burden of settling. Think of this example that every month when you're paying the EMI for your car or your house, you don't feel bad. The $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 many times we are paying for our homes. So that actually feels good every month when it is going out of the account because you feel that the house is becoming a little more yours. See, so there is an attainment, accumulation in the settlement. You see, so that's how it will be. Even if, let's say, a big challenge comes, illness, or something else, whatever, relationship issues, all of those things will not feel like a burden. It'll feel like, I'm settling it, but I'm also gaining the golden age's sovereignty through this settlement. So, with the power of accumulation, you have no burden of settling. Therefore, always remember the present. When one side becomes heavy, the other automatically becomes light. So, if the present is heavy, then the past would become light, would it not? Always keep the attainments of the present in your awareness, and everything will become light. Always keep the attainments of the present in your awareness, and everything will become light. The way to make the account of the past light, another sentence to be written, make it in bold, highlight it, underline it. The way to make the account of the past light is to make the present powerful. The way to make the account of the past light is to make the present powerful. The present is powerful anyway. But because we are not able to understand the importance of the present, you see, so the present ceases to be powerful. It loses its power. So the present is powerful anyway. Keep the attainments of the present in front of you, and everything will become easy. The past will change from a crucifix into a thorn. सूली काटा बच जाएगी. There won't be the questions. What is this? Why is it like this? No, it is the past. Why should you look at the past? Where there is love, obstacles don't seem heavy, They seem like a game. Settle all your karmic accounts with the blessings of the happiness of the present and with medicine. So Baba is very pragmatic as well. He's saying that if you need to take medicines, but also mainly use the blessings of the happiness of the moment. So when we are in the present moment rather than running into the past, then we will experience the happiness that this present moment has to offer us. And so that will become the blessing. It will help us settle all our karmic accounts. Yes. So then we won't need too much of medicine. Dua or dawa. The blessings that we get when we are in the present moment, then those blessings will help us reduce the amount of dawa, the, will reduce the amount of medicines that we need. Okay. Bap Dada meeting teachers. I know this Murli that we read so far, it almost seems like wanting to read the whole thing, right, all over again. But let's go forward. So, Bap Dada meeting teachers, you're those who constantly experience success at every step. Are you not? You are experienced souls. Are you not? You see, the teachers get the maximum challenges. Why? Because they have to become experienced, right? And only when they're experienced, then they can share, all those insights to other souls. So if someone comes with some problem, if the teacher has already gone through those situations, those problems, then very easily the teacher can say, hey, you know what? You have to do this, you have to do that. But if the teachers have not experienced problems, then how will they guide? So yeah, the the acid test, if you will, of becoming an instrument, becoming a teacher, is that you have to go through lots of challenges. There'll be external challenges, there'll be internal challenges. You'll be judged, you'll be ridiculed, you'll be misinterpreted, misunderstood. So all of these things will happen. And then challenges will come from within too. So one has to face all of those. And you see, the more we are able to face these challenges with fortitude, the more we become experienced. So at the level of the student, there will be less challenges. Even the student, as the student wants to grow more, there'll always be challenges. And if you want to become a teacher, then for sure the challenges become astronomical sometimes. So you are experienced souls, are you not? Experience is the greatest authority of all. Those who have the authority of experience are anyway successful at every step and in every task. These people who go into space, these astronauts, they go through countless hours of simulation, that every possible situation that can arise, they go through those over and over again. Even pilots, commercial pilots and military pilots, they go through so many different scenarios. What if this wing stops working? What if this engine stops working? What if you are hit by a bullet in the fuselage? What if there is, you lose your co-pilot? What if this happens? What if this happens? So they have gone through infinite number of these kind of situations over and over again. So they are experienced. So when it actually happens, they know what to do. So when these challenges come to us, we should not get bent out of shape. You see, we should understand that they're coming to make us experienced. These experiences, these situations are coming to make us experience, and then we will become successful in the future. To receive the chance to be an instrument for service is also a sign of speciality. To get a chance to do service is actually a fortune. You see, so many times I've realized that you know service opportunity may come right up till our doorstep and could be taken away from us. Just like Amazon Prime, you order something and it is delivered to your doorstep. But if you don't open your door in time, some of these poach pirates could steal it. So many times Maya can steal it, many times other people can take that opportunity away. So I'm realizing this more and more, that it is a matter of great fortune to be able to get the chance to do service, but also then to be able to avail that chance. You understand? There's a difference between the two. One is it is coming to us, but second, are we able to grab that opportunity? And then to receive the chance to be an instrument for service is also a sign of speciality. Whatever chances you receive, continue to move forward with those. You are instruments who constantly move forward and also enable others to do so. The consciousness of being an instrument enables you to attain success. You see, one of the things I'm realizing more and more of being an instrument is that it's not enough that I move forward. I have to create the pathway for others to follow, but also I have to inspire others to follow. You see, just creating the path is not enough. You see, let's say you are the lead and you're going into the wilderness, right? You have some stick or maybe a big knife or something, and you're cutting away the shrubbery so that people can go through. And still, people may choose not to go, you see. So, to be able to inspire them to move forward. So, it's not just creating the space, but also creating the right energy for other people to be able to move forward. So you are instruments who constantly move forward and also enable others to do so. And here it is such a lot of trial and error because you don't know how much the other person wants to do. So sometimes if you give the other person too much of opportunity or too many opportunities, then it can overwhelm the soul. And if you don't give enough, then you won't be able to help the person find his potential. So you see, it's not that easy to be able to sense. Am I pushing the person too much? Pushing less? Sometimes you get mixed messages from people too. I want to do it, but I don't want to do it. You see, so it's not easy. But anyway, so this is where the instrument needs to understand, and that's where the marks are. You see, the best doctors, the ones who earn the most, are the ones who are able to diagnose the illnesses which no one else is able to diagnose. The best lawyers are the ones who are able to win cases which no one else is able to win. So the best instruments would be the ones who are able to actually judge what and how much is needed for each soul. So the consciousness of being an instrument enables you to attain success. Always keep with you the speciality of being a humble instrument. This speciality, this speciality will always make you special. Humility. The part of being an instrument also gives you a lift. See, but you need courage to become that. To become an instrument for others means to become complete yourself. So you see, as a leader, uh, one has to put the other before the self, you see. And many times it's not easy to do that, to dissolve the ego completely and to allow the others to grow rather than just thinking about the self. But also, it requires a lot of inner work on the self. See, to become an instrument for others means to become complete yourself. Continue to achieve success with determination. Success is guaranteed. When you have this determination, success will automatically go ahead of you. You have received a golden chance from the moment of birth, and so you have become the greatest of all chancellors. Have you not? So Baba always tries to rhyme these two words. When you take the chance, you become a chancellor. You have come having awakened your fortune. You have become instruments to create the elevated fortune of so many souls. Therefore, always remember Vaha, the elevated line of my elevated fortune. You found the Father, you received the service, you received a place of service, and together with service, you also found the elevated family of elevated souls. What have you not received? Found the Father, we found service, service was provided to us. We also found the place for service. We also found the elevated souls, the family of elevated souls. You have received the fortune of the kingdom. You have received everything. Always have this happiness. Always have this happiness. Constantly continue to make progress by using the right method. Vidhi se siddhi. If you use the right method, the success that you're hoping to get is guaranteed. Yeah, if you put all the right ingredients at the right time, if you whip the batter well, then the cake will be perfect. You see, if you follow the necessary steps that are needed for that, then the final dish will always be good. So, with the method of your being instruments, service will continue to grow. Then Bab Dada is meeting Kumars. To be saved in Kumar life is the greatest fortune of all. Yeah, before the Kumar gets married, you have been saved from so many complications. Kumars means souls who are free from bondage. A Kumar life is a life that is free from bondage. However, to remain free in Kumar life means to take on a burden. Babdada's direction for Kumars is to do a Lokik service by living with the Lokik family. Lokik service is the way to create contacts. Remain busy in this and you will be able to do a Lokik service. While living with your family, do a Lokik service and your intellect will not remain heavy. Do service by sharing your experience with everyone. Do Lokik service while considering it to be a means of service, and those Lokik facilities will give you many chances for service. Your aim is to do godly service, and those are the means. Do it with this understanding. Kumars means those who have courage. Why is Baba saying that Kumars means ones who have courage? Why? Because it's not easy to live alone. Let's say you're sick. Now, who will cook for you? If you're married, then the wife will cook. But when you're alone, there'll be times when you'll feel lonely. So to have the courage to be alone, that's what Baba is saying. Do it with this understanding. Kumars means those who have courage. You can do whatever you want because you're a free bird. This is why Bap Dada always advises you to attain success using the right method. Again, Vidhi se Siddhi. Kumars means constant yogis because the world of Kumars is the one Father. As soon as anybody gets married, then you see so many complications arise. Then you have to take care of not just the spouse, eventually children, but then also the in laws. So now you have two set of family members. You have 20 uncles and aunts of your side and 20 uncles and aunts of their side. Somebody or the other will be dropping in. You have to take care of them. One day, one aunt or one uncle will get upset. The other day, another cousin or somebody else will get upset. So you're constantly patching up, constantly trying to please people. So when the Father is your whole world, where else would your intellect go except to the world? Since everything is the one, there will be remembrance of the one. It is very easy to remember the one. You have become free from many. Everything is merged in the one, constantly served through your every act. In your drishti and your words, there is nothing but service. There is the enthusiasm to reveal the one you love. Let the Father in service remain with you at every step. Acha. Om Shanti. Yes, lovely Murli. Yes, Vidhi says Siddhi. One Baba, no one else. Yes, everything is my Baba. And the main Murli was all about how we can become free from obstacles, destroyers of obstacles. We can become embodiments of solutions, just and also conquerors of Maya, just because of God's love. So we have the privilege of experiencing God's love, something which people in the world have no clues about. They are simply standing on the shore. They have no clues of how it feels when you dive deep into the ocean of love, which we are experiencing on a constant basis. Yeah, so this love is extremely healing, extremely empowering, extremely transformative. That's what we are experiencing on a constant basis. Om Shanti.